Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain about the OET writing, which is very important for the nurses, especially for those who are not taking any coaching center and studying by themselves. I think it will be very effective for them and as well as remaining students too. So in this letter writing, I'm going to explain the detailed things like what you need to mention in every letter writing. There are the many common things that you can mention in many of the letter writing where you get the any part of the question you can write without any problem that I'm going to teach you in this video. So this OET letter writing, right? In OET letter writing, these are the common format. These are the very common format that you should keep in mind. If you are forgetting this format, please try to study first these things and then go and write the letter writing. Without studying these things and jumping to write the letter writing, I have seen in the students, many of the students, not only one or twice, I have seen a student, even though they are in the coaching centers, I can see their letter writing is missing with this format. So I'm going to teach you the detailed things which may not be able to finish in one video. So I will make a next video the remaining things. So please, I like to advise and recommend those who are studying by themselves, try to take this chance and learn the letter writing which I made for you specially. Actually, this letter writing can be taught in the coaching centers only, because it's very few things you can learn from the YouTube and all, because they will teach the remaining things but not too detailed. But in my videos, I'm going to teach you the detailed things, because I don't want everyone to spare them money for the coaching centers and all, because letter writing, if you are able to follow this 10 format, then you will get the score 350 at the minimal, I can say that. So please, this format. So first is a format date. You all are knowing, right? But there are certain rules that you need to follow while writing the date. So I will explain the detail in the next. And then second is a address. Address means the place where we are going to address, we are going to inform the problems of the patient. That address we need to mention, and no need to hesitate. Okay, address, if the freshers learner, if that address, I'm talking actually about the question. In the question, clearly there will be the address, so you just need to mention it in your letter writing in the second part. In every section, right after date, there should be one column gap, and then again address. After finishing the address, there should be one column gap. Okay, and then next is a salutation. Salutation actually means, what is a salutation? Okay, don't worry. Salutation actually means dear sir or dear madam. In a question paper, if they have mentioned the reader's name, salutation actually is reader name we should mention. In case there is no name at all, you no need to worry at all. Salutation, you can just write dear plus sir or dear madam if it is, and you can mention the reader's name in the second. We cannot write the first name, we should write the second name of the person. Dear John, if last second name is a John, means you should mention Mr. John. You cannot write the first name. Second name always should be mentioned in the salutation, and detailed thing I will explain afterwards. And fourth is a referral. Referral means whom we are referring, the patient, the age, everything we have to mention here. Okay, and the fifth one is introduction part or purpose of the letter. Purpose of the letter introduction is very important. You should not miss any of the point here. This is going to take your maximum of the score here only. The most of the examiner, they will not see your content of your letter writing many times. I feel like that, because if you are missing the point in the introduction, you will lose a marks for sure, because this is the first impression that they are going to check it out whether you have understand or not the question part. So in my opinion, I like to share everyone that try to understand the question part. So even you are not getting chance to write the letter or get the correction from the trainer or any of the coaching center, don't worry at all, because if you know the how to write and how to write the purpose of the letter, then you will not get into trouble. That is my view. So I like to advise all of you to take a chance and read many of the letter writing and try to approach the real trainer, the good trainer, where they will explain you is whether it's right or wrong. So when you know this how to take the purpose of the letter from the any question, then I'm sure you will get the minimal of the 350 score in your OET letter writing. So introduction is very very important. I will teach you, and I will teach you in such a way that you only need to fill the purpose, because the main purpose will be keep on changing with the individual patient needs. So we have to mention the purpose, but remaining sentence I'll just teach you in such a way that you can just copy, paste, and then write in the exam, and you will get maximum of 350. So number 6 is the first body paragraph. Again, I will teach you how to write the copy paste from my side, and the content, the purpose of the letter you need to take from the individual question. Now second body paragraph. Sometimes first body paragraph is a present medical history. If there are many things to mention, we do write second body paragraph as a present medical history and third body paragraph as a social and past medical history. But in case if this first is quite a lengthy one, try to reduce the irrelevant one from the social and the past medical history. If it is relevant or related to the present medical history in the social and past medical history, then only you can mention, in case there are two body paragraph in present medical history. Okay, and now number 8 is a discharge note or requesting paragraph. In this case, since we are referring the patient to somewhere, community or the hospital or the any doctors, we need to request them what are the major aspects they need to give to the patient, that we need to note down in this part. And now number 9 is a closing sentence, just to say or just to give the response that if they need any of the information, like, and this kind of statement should be placed in the number 9. And number 10 is yours sincerely. That I'm sure that everyone will understand once you will see the letter writing. Now first is a date. Now this is a date. So hopefully all are clear. In case if you are not clear, just pause the video and take the note of these things if you are the fresher. If you are not a fresher, I'm 100% sure everyone is clear with that, but still some of the students do mistake in these things, so you can take the idea as well. So number 1, I'm going to explain. Number 1 is a date, right? Date is very easy. You may feel like, oh, this is very easy. Why she is teaching that we know and we do write in our application letter and all. There is nothing to trouble or nothing to get into the trouble in the OET letter. But in OET letter writing, there are certain rules as I mentioned before, right? So this date, these are the one type of the date. This is a one type and this is a one type. And most of the student I'm advising them to take this part rather than this letter writing, because 28 November in the expand way is much better, and you will not miss this kind of things. If you miss any of the part of the number, then you may end up, or you can write this, you can choose any of the one, but you need, once you are writing these things, means if you are writing 28-11-2024, you need to continue this kind of pattern till the end of your letter writing. You may you may feel like, why she is saying that? It's very less that we need, it's a very less chance that we need to mention such a date, right? But sometimes there are many dates you need to mention in the letter writing. In that case, if you are following this pattern, you have to follow this pattern till the end of the letter writing. In case if you are following this one, then till the end of the letter writing you need to follow this pattern. And now one more, some of the things I have mentioned here already, because I don't, some students, they don't want so much explanation, right? So for your better information and clear information, I'm just jotting many of the important things here already rather than in my verbal. If the date is single digit, in case here it is not, right? If case in case date is 9 they have mentioned. 9 means we need to write 09. Okay, we need to write 09. You should not write 9 only. What will happen in the date is, in a formal OET writing, always we put 0 in the single digit. Here see 07. If you miss the 0, then it is considered as a impolite and not following the rules, and you may lose the marks. So this kind of date 0 is necessary, because some single digit can change the meaning of the way we are taking, right? So we need to put the 0 in the OET letter writing. And now second is a date format, as I said, should follow same throughout the letter. If you are choosing this till the end, if you are taking this till the end. Then if 2 days are there, if 2 days admission and discharge is mentioned, then discharge date is the current date. Okay, if the patient, there are 2 dates, or there are 4, 5, 6, 7 dates, and there are many dates also, the discharge date is mentioned, means it is a current date. Sometimes they will not mention the today date, today. TODAY. In most of your exam paper, you will get this kind of today date. They will mention today 8 9. Sometimes they will mention today in most of the exam. Okay, in most of the exam they will mention today and today with the date. If they have mentioned such a way, then you need to follow this date only as a current date, as a present date, as a discharge date. You should take as a this one. In the letter writing, you need to, where we need to mention the date, you need to follow this date. The date, today date or the discharge date should be mentioned in the beginning of the letter writing. Okay, so in case, okay, but we can't predict the exam. In an exam anything can happen, so you should have the maximum knowledge how you should tackle at that moment. So in case you are not having this today date in your exam, and only they have mentioned about the admission and the discharge date, then discharge date is the current date. Okay, if only the admission, then date of the admission to be the current date. If the admission date is only there, then again current date. If the multiple date that I said, right, the last date is a current date. And if no date at all, the exam date can be mentioned. If there is no date in the letter writing, sometimes advice and all, there will not be the date. At that time, you can just take the date of the exam. The exam, during your exam, what was the date, then that date only you can take it. If this one, if the current and today date is mentioned, then it should be noted in the letter. Okay, if the current and today date like this they have mentioned, means no need to look at the discharge and admission, just you have to take the date of the today's date and leave one line after the date. This is a way to use in the date. And now second is a address. So address, how you should write is, address is a reader. The reader, who is going to be the reader of your letter, you need to write the address of that person. That address will be specially and specifically as well mentioned in your question. Likewise here, write a referral letter to Dr. Alex, neurologist, Spirit Hospital, Melbourne 2088. So you need to mention Dr. Alex, neurologist. Since Dr. Alex is the name of the person, you need to mention here Dr. Alex. But not only Alex, in the letter writing you may find somewhere Alex Matthew. You need to mention. Here question is mentioned Dr. Alex, doesn't mean that you need to write only the Alex. You need to mention the full if it is mentioned somewhere. If it is not at all mentioned, then you can just note it down as it is. Okay. And then second is a designation. His designation is clearly mentioned here, so you should write the neurologist in the second column. And then comma is there, right? Wherever the comma is there, you need to write it down in the next column. Whenever comma is there, there should be the that should be in the second column or third column. Now Melbourne, and but sometimes there will be the comma again. Okay, but if the single digit or the digit is remain, then the like the Melbourne here, like this is there means you should write together. You cannot leave the digit at last like this. You cannot live like this. Okay, it's a wrong pattern. You cannot live like this. Instead you just have to mention together, but here they have mentioned together already, right? So no comma means no separation, but digit are remaining alone, then left alone, then you need to take along with the last word, the Melbourne, the place with the pin code. You need to take it together in the letter writing. But if it is there is no comma, then no need to worry, just write it together. And now second thing is, in letter writing sometimes there will not be the person name, the reader's name. At that time what you should do is write a referral letter to neurologist, right? There is no person, there is no name at all, so you should write the neurologist. If the is not there, you can just write the. Okay, most of time there will be the, but here the is not there, so you should write the neurologists and comma second Spirit Hospital, Melbourne 2088. So no punctuation after the title. After the title, doctor, comma should not be there in the OET letter writing. Don't put comma at all in the doctor and miss and Mr. Mrs. Okay, I know that we are very used, or it's very common for us to use a dash or comma to our this one title, but in OET letter it is restricted. You cannot use that punctuation mark and the comma here. You cannot use the comma and all. It's wrong. Okay, you will lose the marks. You cannot use that. Just you need to comma means just a second step. If it is a single digit remain behind, then you need to write together with the last word or the last place name. So that's all for the address and the date. Now remaining many things are there. I think I'll be taking more. It will become more lengthy video. So salutation, how to write, I will explain in the next video. See, you can just take it down if you are able to understand with my written explanation. So this is a reference which I'm going to teach in the upcoming videos again. And and then this is an introduction which I have already taught in my previous video, so please check it out, this part, introduction. But here I have mentioned more of the clear explanation, so you can just take it down and learn. Okay, and this is unknown. There are two different type of the letter writing, known and unknown. And discharge letter, how to write discharge letter, this I will explain in the next videos. And first body paragraph consists of admission, assessment, management, progress and discharge. This first body paragraph is very, very important. I will teach you, so please follow these all things. You can take it down and read by yourself in case if you are not able to wait for my videos. and this is a management, and this is a progress, and this is the discharge summary, and sample letter for the first body paragraph example. Okay, and then social history, and then again after social history, medical history. These are very, very important. Okay, and I have teach in a very, very simple way, and I will come remaining things in the next video. Now only we are over with the, we have finished with the date and address, right? Date, the pattern should be followed till the end of the letter writing, and there should not be there should not, if single digit should be noted with a 0. Okay, should be added 0, whereas it should be followed till the end of the letter writing. If the today date is mentioned, no need to worry about the letter writing. You can just mention the letter in the today, like a today date. That date only you can mention. If it is not there, discharge date you can mention. In case if it is not there as well, you can mention about the admission date. If it is not there, then exam date you can mention, and then address of the person. Always if the designation only is there rather than the name, then you can just add the in front of the designation. And then no comma, no punctuation in the address, and there should be one gap, and that should be written in the comma, means one step below. Okay, and that's all for today. And thank you so much, and catch you in the coming videos.